Say hello to the POCO F8 Pro, the latest and almost greatest for the guys over at POCO. Just came out today, and there is an Ultra model, which is slightly better, which I didn't receive that one, but this is the Pro model, and it is very pro indeed, and in fact, it may be one of the best phones that you can buy. There's been a lot of exciting phones that have come out this year, and POCO may have saved the best phone series for last. So, what makes this so special? This is a true flagship killer phone, like what we used to see back in the olden days, like what we got with OnePlus when they were the flagship killers. This phone, $579 MSRP for early adopters in countries where you can actually buy it. Sadly, you can't buy it in the US, but I'm sure it'll be available on eBay and other places you can buy it soon enough. If you can get it in your country, $50 off already, so $529, but $579 MSRP. It has the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor in it, 256 storage, 12 gigabytes of RAM for the base model. There's a 512, 16 gig option, and yes, Snapdragon 8 Elite and a POCO phone. Now, the Ultra has the 8 Elite Gen 5, but this one is actually, I think, a little bit more special because one, it's cheaper, and two, it doesn't have the heating issues that we're having the 8 Gen 5 and some people reported with the Ultra. So, yeah, this one, tried and true 8 Elite processor. So basically, this one is, I think it should be called the Ultra because it's on par with the S25 Ultra when you take a look at the hardware underneath the phone. So yeah, Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 storage, 3500 nits brightness on the screen, which it is a beautiful, nice, bright screen. You can turn it up. You've got great brightness. Totally fine. You don't need 6,000, 7,000. 3,500 nits is totally fine. AMOLED display, 120 hertz, all that great stuff. And it's just a beautiful looking phone. And the screen is really, really nice. So it's got Gorilla Glass 7i on it, which is more geared towards scratch resistance. Of course, it's still shatter resistant as well. But 7i is not bad. One of the cost-cutting measures to keep it at a fair price point. And I just can't believe this phone costs $579. If you notice something on the back of the phone, as the BOSE branding there, because it has a BOSE tuned speakers, which the stereo speakers are actually really, really good. So you get great speakers, you get a great, beautiful screen, you've got a fingerprint scanner underneath the screen, which works really, really well. You got facial recognition. This is going to be a budget flagship gaming powerhouse. Well, we already had fantastic performance with the Snapdragon 8 Elite. It's what's in the S25 Ultra right now, and that's something that you get the power and the performance under the hood of this one as well. And then it has 100-watt charging. Yeah, 100-watt charging. Now, the speeds in the US, it's not going to hit that, and sadly, it doesn't come with the charger in the box. I think this might be the first POCO phone I've ever got that doesn't have a charger in the box, but it does have a case. So you get the neoprene case you can put on here, a nice little TPU shell, so you're protected out of the gate, and it's got a screen protector already built into it as well. So you at least get that stuff, but you can see it's nice, it's form-fitting, it hugs the phone well, and I like the look that they have going on here with the camera bar on the back. And this kind of aquamarine color, turquoise color that I have is beautiful. It's got a frosted texture back on it, aluminum body, aluminum rails, and it feels super premium. And then in addition to that, it has a 6,210 milliamp battery. So this phone is going to last you absolutely all day. You can use this, play on it to your heart's content, and you're going to get a great experience whenever you're using it. It comes with Android 16 out of the box. It's going to get 4 years of operating system updates and 6 years of security patches, which is pretty impressive for a POCO phone. And especially it's impressive for a phone that costs under $600 US. So this is something that if you're a fan of POCO, if you like to test out some of the latest and greatest stuff coming from the Far East, coming out of China, then this is definitely a great option that you can test out and that you can use. And it's going to get you great gaming performance, great all-day performance, flagship level performance. This isn't like the phones I've tested in the past where it's like, okay, it's got a 7 series Snapdragon, it's got a lower series chipset in it. This one, for all intents and purposes, has the best chipset effectively of 2025. Yes, we know the 8 Gen 5 has come out, 8 Elite Gen 5, but we also know that a lot of phones are having some serious problems with managing the heat because it's so powerful and it runs so hot. So that's some really cool stuff. So like I was saying, 100-watt wireless charging. No wireless charging, but oddly enough, it has like 22.5-watt reverse wired charging, which you can go ahead and you can use that if you want to. It has nano SIM, and it also has eSIM. So you can use either one of those, and you can set it up that way. And I'm just really impressed with this. Anytime we get a phone that comes in at this price point and it has all of these great features, the power, the performance, like there's not a lot of trade-offs here. When you compare it to something like the S25 Ultra, yes, there's no S Pen, but a lot of people don't care about the S Pen. Yes, there's no DeX, but a lot of people don't care about DeX. And yes, it doesn't have 7 years of support, but you get 4 years of operating system updates, 6 years of security patches. This phone is going to be supported for 6 whole years, at least on the security side of the house. And most people don't really keep their phones for 4, 5, 6, 7 years anyway. So this is going to get Android 20. Yes, Android 20. So that's really nice. And I think this is a great package. It's even got IP68 dust and water resistance. And then the cameras on it are pretty capable too. So you've got a triple camera array on the back, 2 50-megapixel cameras, and an 8. So you have a 50-megapixel primary, 50-megapixel telephoto, and then the 8-megapixel ultra wide. And then it has a 2-megapixel selfie camera on the front. Now, the only drawback with that is that actually the selfie camera quite capable for photos, but it's still limited to 1080p on the video side. Doesn't even have 4K 30. So that's something that maybe might be a little bit of a downer. But if you have to find something that they kind of dumb down a little bit on the phone, that's going to be it. If you want a better selfie camera with more capabilities, you might want to go ahead and get the Ultra. And the Ultra is really impressive. Ultra is super, super impressive. I wish I had my hands on one. Sadly, I don't. But I'm actually really happy about this one. It allows me to focus my attention on this phone. I also have new tablets that came out, the X1 and the M1 X series, more high performance. The M1 being the more budget value, budget conscious tablet, which I have, and I'll have a video out on that soon. But yeah, I'm really happy about this phone. Really, only trade-offs that we're talking about here: no wireless charging, the limitation with the video on the selfie camera, and there's no charger in the box. Otherwise, when you take a look at this on paper, if it didn't have the name POCO, and let's say this was a Samsung phone, you'd expect this to be a $1,000 phone. You'd expect it to be like $1,100, $1,200 phone, and it's got just underneath a 6.6-inch screen. And I'm really happy with the size of the phone. It's great, easy to hold in the hand. Again, 3,500 nits brightness, which is perfectly good. And it's going to be fantastic for anything that you want to do it. I mean, if you take a look at the Samsung phones, they're under 3,000 anyway. So this is something where if you're a fan of POCO, if you're a fan of value, and if you like to try out some new stuff every once in a while, then if you want to grab one in the States, then that's something that might be an option for you. If you're outside the United States, and I do have viewers that are in other countries, if you can pick this up, tremendous value. I mean, this is a true flagship killer phone, and honestly, if you don't care about like the extra camera stuff, this could be the one to pick up even over the Ultra, especially because it has the tried and true Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, which is incredible. I just like the fact that there's an 8 Elite chipset in this $500 POCO phone. You take a look at other stuff we get here in the States, like the Pixel 9a, that came out at $500. Take a look at the iPhone 16e, that's a $500 phone. You take a look at the S25 FE, that was a $650 phone whenever it launched. So this basically is about the same price or beats most of those. And you got the complete 3-camera system on the back. It does shoot 8K 30 frames per second video. And all the other nice things that go along with it. Not a whole lot of trade-offs and an insanely good price point. So overall, I give like, if I had 3 thumbs, I would give this phone 3 thumbs up. Like, it's a really, really good phone. Not a whole lot of sacrifices, not a whole lot of trade-offs. Good camera performance, fantastic day-to-day performance, and an insanely huge, big battery. So, good job, POCO, on this one. POCO F8 Pro, solid device. So, that's all I've got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all that stuff, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and a little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.